who just happened to drop in. Hey. Wow. Well, folks, boy, every time we do this, I almost see that, we just look at the camera, I can almost see our viewers.
Yeah.
So I hope we all look good for you. You can tell I'm wearing a suit today because I have to go to work right after we're done recording.
Looking sharp.
Not bad.
Really
not bad. So, but anyways, for all of you viewers, old and new, okay. The gentleman before me.
I'm Marc.
I'm Elmer, and we are
Marc and Elmer's PSI Piano Scene Investigations.
Yes. I can't believe we're almost ending this year. It's going to be a couple of weeks before December.
We have a special guest today.
Yes.
Dimitri is here from Russia. Hello, everybody. It's good to be here. It's good to see you in person, Elmer. And I came to visit with my nephew, Heeg. Hello, everybody. I'm here. I'm so happy. And I got a turkey here, too. And I'm real happy. So everybody, I'm thinking this next month I was going to take my nephew to Cyprus. Because that's where Marc and I met, actually.
Oh.
Well, it was over the internet initially, but then I got to go to Cyprus.
Oh.
And I was going to take Heeg, so he does, he can get some warm weather for a while.
Why, Heeg, have you been to Cyprus?
No, I've never been there, Grandma. Never been there.
Okay, well, I want a full report when you get back.
They got a lot of pretty ladies staying on the beaches.
Oh, God.
Boy's growing up, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, boy. How old are you now, Heeg?
Old enough. Is that true, Dimitri? Oh, yes, I think so. I'm proud of the boy, He comes from a very hardy family.
Oh gosh, we're getting off track here, folks. Well, you know the MO, folks. If you enjoy our company, enjoy our show and our topics of conversation, please go below the video, comment, like, and subscribe, please. And before we start, I would like to promote a special product here.
Here we go.
Here it is.
Elmer's Special Lube.
Yeah. Good gosh. Let's not turn this show into something else.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Anyways, this is Corey's piano polish. Use it wisely, please. It's a piano polish. It's for the high gloss pianos. Okay? Mm-hmm. I've been using it for a very long time for all the pianos I play on. And if you're playing on sort of one of the antique pianos, this is a good one. This is lemon oil. Okay? Please don't use any furniture polish on those pianos. Not very good for the instrument. Use this. So, anyways, onwards. If you have a birthday today, today it is Friday, November 28th, 2025. If you have a birthday today, you share the birthday with Jean-Baptiste Lully, who was born on this day in 1632.
He was the composer to King Louis XIV. He was Italian, despite the name.
Wow.
But he wrote some magnificent music, all kinds of stuff. But his operas in recent decades have really been resurrected, especially in France. Mm. And they've been doing some incredible performances of his original operas.
Wow.
This fella died in an interesting way. You know that story?
Yeah, I do know this. But go ahead and tell
it. He conducted with a big, heavy pole. It was for conducting, And the orchestra's played in these resonant spaces, these big, huge palace rooms. And maybe it was an accepted thing at the time, because dance was so much a part of the court at the time. But Louis would just go boom, boom, boom. It was a very heavy, big stick. It was as tall as he was, and very ornate, and probably made of oak or something really impressive.
Maybe we could post a picture of it. Maybe it's in a museum anywhere.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, it would be neat.
But he smashed his foot with it over some enthusiasm during a performance, and he ended up getting gangrene in his foot and died from septicemia from blood poisoning.
Oh, that's a poor way to go for a man.
Yeah,
like that.
painful and awful way to go.
Yeah.
Really.
So, who else's birthday is today? Well, you share the same birthday as the Honorable and the legendary Anton Rubinstein. He was born on this day as well in 1829.
Wow, the founder of the whole Russian school.
Yes,
of piano
pretty much.
Wow.
Not very many piano students, although we know that Joseph Hoffman studied with him. We also know that Joseph Levine had a few piano lessons, so he's had he's had a few students.
Who did he study with?
Anton Rubinstein?
Yeah.
Anton Rubinstein studied with... Boy, that's a good question. I wish we...
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
we'll
looked at as the great founder of the Russian school of piano playing.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah, pretty much.
Set up a school in St. Petersburg, and then later on they had another one in Moscow.
Yeah, and he had a brother.
Had a brother, Nicholas, for whom the Tchaikovsky B-flat Concerto was written.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't know about where he came from. I mean, the way he looked and everything, you'll see his face on that screen. A lot of people back in the days thought he was an illegitimate child of Beethoven. I'll put a picture of Beethoven up. You can see. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Person, I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, me too. That's very much that. It would be interesting to do him. We tried to do him as a featured composer sometime.
Yeah.
I did bring in his scores a while back.
Maybe some of those famous 19th century schools. Just a few of them in the 19th century, like maybe somebody really big in the Paris Conservatory early on.
Yeah.
And Rubinstein, and Liszt, because he had his own thing going, and Leschetizky. How about those four guys?
Yeah.
And let's tell them who they studied
with. Yeah.
Because those were extraordinary piano teachers and pedagogues, and shaped the whole generations of piano playing.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
That'd be very cool. That's very cool. So, we're going to start off the day here, surprisingly, with our newest segment of our show.
Oh, okay.
Because we liked it so much. We've been getting so much comments from it.
Well, we got a dish warming up from yesterday. It was prepared for Thanksgiving, but we want to share it with you.
Yeah, I've been getting calls about this.
No way, really?
I have been getting calls. Yeah, from some of my, well, you know who you are out there if you're watching. But anyways.
Good calls?
Oh, great calls.
Okay.
They said they haven't tried any of the recipes yet, but I always, every time we eat in front of them, they get the munchies. And but anyways, okay, if you've been watching us for the last couple episodes,
I will be back.
Welcome to viewers, old and new, to PSI's Witchin' Kitchen. I'm sure we got a surprise for you. Yes. So. Don't forget your apron. Your apron's still warm. Shut that.
I'll edit things.
Okay, sure thing. You got your hat.
Hey everybody, this is Chef Mawkie, as Eager puts it. Happy Thanksgiving. This is Wednesday evening and we have been preparing. Lara's been at it. I had to go do some teaching. It was late this afternoon, early this evening. But I have a new toy that I wanted to share with you. You guys know that I'm a big fan of Jeff Smith and Frugal Gourmet. We did one of his recipes recently, and he uses various kitchen appliances. I explained how he's had a huge effect on me as a young man, learning how to cook and doing things like that. I learned from my grandmother, but I got kind of seriously into it once I went into the graduate program. And the mothers of two of my students in Yellow Springs gave me his book, The Frugal Gourmet, and I subsequently have collected a few more of them that you saw on a previous show. But I recently got a toy that I saw him demonstrate in one of his shows, which I had not seen as far as I can remember before. I didn't know I see them all the time, but I wanted to show it to you. And again, we don't get any compensation for this, and we're not doing advertising for money or anything. But I just love this thing so much. I actually used it earlier, and my wife and sous chef, actually the chef in the kitchen, Lara's been busy making things for Thanksgiving tomorrow. But this little item that I have here that you can see is the Johnny Apple Peeler. I want to show that to you. The Johnny Apple Peeler. This is from Utah. It's one of these wonderful old technology things that was designed, I'm sure, at least in the 19th century. And I'm fascinated with these old things like this because my grandmother had stuff in her house and kitchen. Grandpa had old tools and various things. It's amazing how, well, not amazing, but so impressive how clever people were before our contemporary technological era. And they were able to make such wonderful things. So this is an apple peeler and corer, but it also does potatoes. And I want to demonstrate it to you and then show you the dish that Lara has already finished making for tomorrow. Here's the potato, and I'm going to stick it on these three teeth or spears on this thing. I discovered earlier it's important that you put it on as far onto those as possible, because as you begin to turn, I had a couple large potatoes and they kind of started to push away from the peeler and they fell off. But I found that if I got it really well anchored on there, that it looks like it works. So I'm just going to turn this, all right, and then it makes its way towards the peeler. I hope you can see this, right? And it's starting there, cut a little bit off. And here we go. And it's aiming to go through this hole at the end. So it's both peeling and it's going to slice the potato into these wonderful julienne type slices. And it also cores the potato. I will show you the result. So here it is. It's doing its job. It's very easy to turn, very easy to move the item through the thing. Almost done. Then let me show you what you get. So here are, I suppose, the slices. Look at that. What it does. Isn't that wonderful? It just slices it open and it's cored the potato, but we can use that as well. So I just pull that off. We wash the skin and everything. We don't necessarily need to throw out the peels. We're going to put it all in our dish. We did actually. So here's the core right there. So that's just a potato. And I want to show you what it looks like. I'm going to rinse my hands here. I'm still here. I'm just rinsing my hands off. And I will show you a close-up of what we made. We're going to eat it for you on our show on Friday, the day after. But this is cheesy Hasselback potato casserole. Look at that. Do you see how beautiful that is? Isn't that wonderful? It's in a glass pie plate. And it's, oh God, it smells incredible. It's got different kinds of cheese in it, and it's layered with these wonderful slices and things like that. At some point, I've got a wonderful French cookbook, and I'm going to make a real tarte tatin, which is an apple tart. And they require that the apples be cut like this. And although Lara and I love to cook, I don't think we have the patience to cut up the apples or even these potatoes like this. So getting this machine has made it possible to do this kind of magic with it. I think it cost $30 or $35, and it's really sturdy. This is, well, I'm not sure what the material is, but it's very powerful. Things are very sharp. You got to be careful about the blades and stuff, but that is the little machine that cut up our potatoes for our cheesy Hasselback potato casserole. And as I said, we will be sampling some of it. Well, we're going to eat some of it tomorrow for Thanksgiving, and then we will share it with you. Well, you'll watch us eat it, me and Elmer, on the show on Friday. So that's it. I just want to do this little thing with my toy. And I wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving, although you'll get this after the fact. But see you for the next show. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Okay. It's just, oh my gosh, what an absolutely neat contraption. I wish we had while you were doing it, we ought to have played in the background that old song, John Peel. So, I don't know if any of you might know that song, but it's da-de-dum-dum-dum. It's an old children's song. So, anyways, yeah, what a contraption. I wish I knew about it. But as far as coring apples, I learned a while back that actually the most nutritious part of the apple actually is in the core. So I made it a habit of eating, the core, the seeds that are in the core. But the only thing left is just the stem, from the apple. But, I mean, they're not. I wouldn't say that the core is actually as delicious as the fleshy part. Hey, oh, here we go!
Here we go. You want to show it
goodness. To them? Yes, absolutely.
Tell them about how it smells and everything.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is really something. Take a look at this, folks. My goodness. To my commenters out, or to our commenters out there, the people I've been getting phone calls from, my apologies that we can't share some of this stuff with you.
So it's a little hot, temperature-wise.
Okay.
Temperature-wise. So what we're having is cheesy Hasselback potato casserole. This is a recipe from the New York Times. I'll put it up on line and credit them. There's probably a particular person associated with the recipe. I'll put them up for the credit too. Now, we don't get any compensation for anything we do in this show.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing these recipes to kind of share our joy for eating.
Yeah,
because we do the cooking, but these are other people's recipes. But in a way, I hope it might lead you to maybe look into these people if you see something or something sounds really good to you. I have a wonderful subscription to the New York Times digital subscription, and it only cost me $4 a month. I got a special one a while back, and they kind of grandfathered me into it. So I just pay like $48 a year, and I have constant access to daily New York Times publication stuff. And then, of course, they have lots of different sections, and I love the recipes. I'm actually signed up for their, they send out an email with recipes for the week. And I've created on the New York Times a recipe box of sorts, and created categories of different things that I like. And there's, now, in addition to the books that I have all around the places, I sometimes store them in different collections, the same recipes, but I imagine there's hundreds of them that I've saved. But this is one that caught my eye, thinking that'd be good for Halloween or Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I thought maybe they were named after the famous actor. I didn't know about Baywatch, but Lara informed me.
Oh, God.
About David Hasselback. No, it doesn't have anything to do with him. This is a kind of a potato from the kind of French-German Alsatian area of Europe.
Yeah.
And potatoes, of course, are from North America originally. There's something that came from here and went back to Europe. But they apparently adapted it. And I think I read that it's connected somewhere in that kind of Lorraine, Alsatian area of France. What do you think of it?
Oh, potatoes have never tasted better. My goodness. So much flavor to it.
You'll see the ingredients. There's some really good cheese, I think. But it has Gruyere in it.
Yeah, the Johnny Apple peeler, not required. I mean, it would be useful. Boy, this one's going to go down the annals of definitely PSI's best
you like it?
witch and kitchen. I mean, you got tools and the dish, you know. So, I mean, are you ever going to use that Johnny peel for any other recipe?
Yeah, I told him I got a fabulous French cookbook. I'll pull it out and show it to you at some point. I was actually thinking one of my favorite dishes in there is poulet fricassé, chicken fricassé, with big button mushrooms and chunks of chicken and stuff. And I love the recipe, and I've tried a few other things in there. That's one of those cookbooks where every recipe is, you follow it, it's fabulous.
Wow.
Works great, tastes great. You know, that's important. I never knew that before. And there was one book, I think I mentioned it. There's a lot of Southeast Asian countries. It was a nice book. I think it was by one of those companies out of Hong Kong or somewhere that has beautiful pictures. And, you know, a picture of every single dish and heavy paper and nice and all that. It was pretty thick. I tried 2 or 3 dishes out of that. It looked good to me. I think there was Indonesian and maybe a Thai dish that I tried stuff. Recipes didn't come out real great. And I followed them pretty much, especially if I don't know the dish well. I'm very careful to follow what they say and do what they say. Want to get a handle for it, or if I know this kind of, I've worked with these ingredients before and all that, I tend to be a little more creative. But I was pretty disciplined about following stuff. And maybe it was just the taste that came out, because, you know, sometimes the real food in the real culture has the real taste, which hasn't been necessarily adapted for Westerners. It could have been that too.
Okay.
But I gave that one away because I just thought, this is not going to work. But I know I got a French cookbook that I love. I forget what it's called, but it's a nice big oversized book and beautiful pictures and everything in it. But I want to make a tarte tatin, which is an apple tart.
Oh, cool.
And they julienne the apple slices like this. You know, so I figured I'd do it with the toy, the Johnny Apple peeler when we do it. So I think we should probably, this doesn't have to be a long segment this time because I'm not really introducing any book. I will put the ingredients and the recipe up on the screen.
Cool.
And maybe I'll give a little information about how, if you want to, you can join the New York Times. Maybe whatever that website would be. You might be able to get into a few things, but I think if you want to regularly use their cooking section, you have to be a subscriber. So, but I don't think they'll mind if I share a fabulous recipe with you, and if it leads to a few subscriptions, then that would be a good thing.
Oh, absolutely.
But I guess that's it for today. There are our cheesy Hasselback potato casserole, which we have enjoyed during Thanksgiving holidays. So I think, why don't we say goodbye to the program, or to the special, and then we can still eat and do our show. And actually, I wanted to ask you too about what you did for Thanksgiving stuff. So why don't we say farewell for now from Witch and Kitchen.
Okay.
All right. See ya, and we will continue with our show. I'm going to stop being Chef Mawkie, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, dope. All right. Oh, my. house cleaning here a bit.
Oh, I'm kind of working on mine.
Okay.
But you can put it back.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right. Elmer's really nice about collecting the dishes, but I haven't begun to finish. We'll let him talk, and I'll
The food was too good.
enjoy my potatoes.
It really was.
This is kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
We already have some wonderful tea always during our show. I make a nice pot of tea. But, and the boys, they already ate some. They had some already. So they said it's not important that they have it during the show.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was really good. So
what did you do for Thanksgiving?
not a whole lot, really. It was more of a since both Kathy and I, had Thanksgiving off. We just kind of used it as sort of our day of recharging.
Uh-huh.
We took it easy. We didn't, we've both been working our tails off for the last couple of weeks. We just decided to take it easy. She didn't want to do any cooking, so she did have a surprise. She called up a restaurant and set reservations for Thanksgiving. So we wound up having Thanksgiving dinner at the Liberty Tavern on Polaris. Liberty Tavern. It wasn't, it was moderately, full that day, moderately full. And they had a Thanksgiving menu where you could choose between, let's see, if I recall, turkey, salmon, and prime rib.
Not ham, though.
No ham. There wasn't any ham. So, and the sides that went with them, let's see, with the turkey there was mashed potatoes, stuffing, and the green bean casserole. Let's see, the salmon had Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes.
Very healthy.
Yeah. And the prime rib came with, well, I don't remember what the prime rib came with because neither one of us ordered prime rib. So the other ones I did remember. It was a very fun evening. If you guys haven't, if some of you Columbus inhabitants haven't been to Liberty Tavern on Polaris, please go. It's a wonderful restaurant. It really is good. It's very roomy. The actual dining area, very roomy. Plenty of seats. There are very nice people there that work. So they have a bar as well. And it even when it's crowded, it really doesn't get noisy in there. I mean, I noticed the high roof, the ceiling, it goes very high. I would imagine a lot of the sound and people talking, the sound travels quite a bit. So the music, they don't have it as loud so that you have to scream over the table to have a conversation, which is nice. So now if you're rather impatient as far as food arriving, I would not recommend it. It's not a fast food restaurant. Okay. You only have, as far as drinks go, you'll have your drinks at your table within 5 minutes. Okay. Salads, they usually follow. If you ordered a salad, then, usually you finish your salad before the dinner arrives, and usually the wait is not much more than 5 to 10 minutes as far as after you finish your salad. So it's a good restaurant. It's not, like I said, if you're in a hurry, I would not recommend it, okay, because it's not really, like I said, it's not fast food. So, but anyways, we've been on a couple of weeks. I'd like to say that lots has happened the last couple of weeks.
Can I tell them about our teams?
Or what? Oh yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I just want to tell you because I was excited that Lara and I, we don't really have any family around here. Lara's from southern Arizona, and my family's either died or kind of moved off. I did communicate with my sister. She was visiting with her daughter and grandkids down in North Carolina. But Lara and I started to think about what to do. And I kind of designed the dishes, or thought about them, and then she or picked the recipes, and then Lara ended up doing most of the cooking on Wednesday, because I had to teach actually on Wednesday from late afternoon to early evening.
Wow.
So she did it, but she loves to do stuff like that. So,
Cool.
remember the Just Peachy chicken?
Yeah.
The dish from
Did you have that?
we did. Well, we had 2 turkey breasts,
Okay.
and we did them separately
Okay.
in slow cookers. And one of them we called Tropical Turkey,
Okay.
which, again, both of them were basted in orange juice because it helps to break down the fibers.
Right.
And then Tropical Turkey was with pineapple, mangoes, and peaches.
Huh.
And then we had Very Berry Turkey, which was, again, the orange juice base, and then red raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. And made a really nice aromatic kind of dish with the turkey. Slow cooked it all overnight.
Wow.
And then we had the Hasselback potatoes. And then we had Brussels sprouts and cream. Pretty fancy, thick stuff. I think we both agreed that the recipe that we used called for lemon zest, lemon peel. And it was for us ultimately a little too bitter. So we're going to try to rescue the dish. Probably we're thinking to throw in some Worcestershire sauce and I think some apple cider vinegar. Upset it a little bit. And I think that might kind of more or less help it. Because, the Brussels sprouts were great and it was creamy and all that, but the lemon was a little odd. So, but for us, and I don't actually use lemon hardly at all for stuff, unless, squeeze it in certain things and stuff sometimes. But Laura's a big one for using lemon.
Lemons. Yeah.
Lime, mostly for her own eating. But,
Right.
And then the really special part, she also made her own version, her own secret recipe, which we'd never put up because she won't share it with anybody. But she has her own secret recipe for deviled eggs.
Oh, deviled eggs.
And they were really good.
Oh, my.
Wow, really creamy and really good. Wow. I kind of know what's in it, but I'm not going to say it because she said it's her recipe. And apparently she says every woman has her own recipe for deviled eggs. So.
Or man.
Yeah, there you go.
Or man.
But the dessert was special. We'd watch some. Rather watch some kind of TV drama thing. Old is replaying, Recently we've been watching Bones, and we're in the 11th season.
Yeah.
It's kind of good. We got into it. It's a little gross, but sometimes you become inured to the grossity, of each episode. But the rest of the time, I watch mostly documentary stuff on YouTube. Either our show or other stuff from music or documentaries about various subjects that interest me. I use it more for education, learning stuff I don't know about. Well, but then we were in the Wayback Machine and we watched a few documentaries about how people used to eat in the 30s.
Yes.
Stuff like that, and showing the old dishes and things. And I got in mind, because it has been ages since I had pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, yes, I remember. But yeah,
we used to make that. That was a big deal.
Yeah, I think there's some. Yeah, there's some restaurants that
still do it.
Yeah, they still do it.
Well, I'm not surprised because this is what we came up with. We came up with what we called, if I can remember now, pineapple, cherry, pecan, upside down banana cake. Banana bundt cake. We made a bundt cake.
Wow.
And so she chopped up the pineapples and had lots of wonderful Bing cherries.
Okay.
Not maraschino. That's a whole different. But Bing cherries, and the sweetener was the juice from the pineapples. They were their can and the cherries. And I think she said she put some brown sugar in the bottom of it.
Okay.
You know a mop pan. Yeah. It's got the little tube in the middle, and you cook it, and you have to turn it over,
right,
to get the cake out, right?
Yeah.
And it's wonderful whole pecans in it that we paid a little bit more for. We got some wonderful pecans.
Yeah.
Well, we thought I wanted to share the potato recipe because I thought it was good, but I also debated about whether sharing the dessert because this goes down for me as one of the better cakes I've ever had anywhere in my life.
Wow!
And we kind of came up with the recipe. Now she looked for some, basic foundation recipes for it, and kind of did it up. Yeah. But it was beautiful. It was like very, very moist and slightly juicy, just a little bit. Fruit cake. Yeah. Not like traditional nasty fruit. Yeah. And we used it at Trader Joe's banana cake mix. Okay. So she said she couldn't take credit for some of what the cake tasted like, but it was perfect. It was just wonderful. And then it's interesting that pineapple, when you cook it and mix it with stuff like that, it takes a little bit of a back seat in terms of the taste. Not so powerful or not so exactly acidic or biting or anything like that. And there's a certain aroma that kind of nice about it. And then the cherries it was kind of very nice, balanced, fruity aspect. A little juicy for a cake. I mean, it's not like bleeding or draining or anything. And there's a slight touch of brown sugar. And then the pecans. And I have to say, the whole mixture, because we put some whipped cream on top of it, was incredibly rich. It was really rich. I mean, we had kind of a smallish piece. In the bowl, she put it and everything. And I'm like getting around the half of it. Are you done? I said, no, I'm working on it. And you start to just feel like, wow, this is really, I mean, it was delicious. But it was also kind of rich in a way. It's like, like a chocolate ganache. They always serve like little tiny slices. Exactly. And you think, what is this? Slippery little buggers, How much did I pay for this? But then you start eating that thing and you realize, I'm not sure if I can get all the way through this tiny little piece. This cake was kind of like that. I might, we might feature it at some point because it doesn't have to be a holiday.
No, it doesn't.
But that's what we had. Wow. That's what we did, and we watched some movies. Oh, I know. We watched Rear Window with Jimmy Stewart.
With Jimmy Stewart? Yeah.
And then we watched something else, and then we ended up watching Bones later on several episodes. It was a very pleasant, peaceful Thanksgiving. Really nice, and that house smelled good. We even opened, as cold as it was yesterday, even opened the door and stuff to let some of the heat out, because with all the cooking we've been doing since the day before, furnace didn't need to run because it was plenty warm in the house. So it was really nice, very nice holiday. And we're very thankful for what we have and what we can do. And we're pretty fortunate. We're not rich people, and we're not. But we get our bills paid, and we are comfortably happy. And given how other people are living and dying and struggling in the world, we consider ourselves very blessed and grateful for what we have. You find that maybe it depends who you're talking to, you ask, but especially as you get older at some point, having all that much, being all that much, I mean, if you're addicted to it, I suppose it's important. But for me, I'm kind of comfortable with my own skin now, I know I strove hard when I was younger to really achieve some things, do some things, cut out something for myself. And it's like I love to say, I am going to play Beethoven Sonata in my next concert, the Opus 81A. But it's like some of that repertoire stuff. Let the young ones play that stuff. That's their world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
It's not that I still don't challenge myself and do some big stuff. As you'll hear, I'll probably play like a special program. I'm thinking about at some point returning to solo piano performances on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I did with Rudy, but I'm going to figure out how to do it myself.
Yeah.
But I want to do a real concert out there in the public once I'm back.
Yeah.
Because I had shoulder surgery in the summer, and I've been practicing and doing the warm-ups I do.
Yeah.
Now, I used to play my scales in triplets in the 150s.
Yeah.
I'm pushing into the 120s now, and that's about as far as I can go at the moment. So I got to build it back up.
Yeah.
I know I'll get it back because
the
sound is there, and the clarity. I think of the fingers mostly it's there and all that, but the speed and perhaps especially the endurance isn't quite there yet. But I was telling a few people what Vladimir Horowitz had said in an interview one time. He said, "If I don't practice for 1 day, I know it. If I don't practice for 2 days, the critics know it. If I don't practice for 3 days, the whole world knows it."
Yeah. And then when he got older, let's see, I think he was in his 80s then, or 70s perhaps. They asked him, "How much do you practice?" Somebody asked him how much he practiced. He says, "Oh, I don't practice at all."
Yeah.
He says, "I did all my practicing years
there you
ago.
go.
I did all my practicing years ago. There's no need to practice now."
Apparently, Wanda used to get on and he says, "You got this big concert coming up in Germany. You need to get to the piano."
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. There was one point he was proud of himself. I think it was on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
He was, or The Last Romantic movie.
Yeah.
He was so proud of himself. "I practiced for a whole hour and a half." And Wanda says, "I watched the clock. You only practiced for 15 minutes." 15 minutes.
But I wonder if did he practice when he did that concert in Moscow?
Oh boy, I don't know.
I'll bet your Rubenstein did.
No, I'm sure he did. But not very many people know about this. But while he was supposed to be rehearsing on stage, instead of rehearsing on stage, he actually played a pre-recital recital.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was doing stuff, and
somewhere?
No, right there on stage. Kids were coming in from from their classrooms. They wanted to hear who was practicing, and so instead of practicing and warming up before his recital, he actually played a recital before the recital, and it was different. He didn't play it was
same repertoire.
Different repertoire this time.
Wow,
he was playing. He was doing like Schumann and things like that. I don't know what else he put. I think he did a few Scriabin pieces he hadn't touched.
Well, from that concert, he also went to Scriabin's house.
Yes.
And met with his grandniece or something
his grandniece.
who was still alive.
Yeah.
And played on Scriabin's piano. Yeah. That was quite interesting.
And
piano sounded pretty good for an old piano.
Not bad. Pletnev was there too.
Yes, he was.
Pletnev showed up, and they both had their turns at the piano to see what it felt like and everything. So that was good. That was interesting.
Well, thank you for.
Oh, you're very welcome. So, but anyways,
I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and tell us all about it. Ooh. Comments below.
Oh, and as far as Kitchen goes, send us your recipes.
Oh,
if you've got a dish that you especially like and you want to share, send it, and we'll look at it, and we'll give it a try, and if we think, we could do this one, we'll present it on the show.
Yeah, that sounds like a great
This is not a cooking show. This is a show about music and piano and all that, but we love to eat.
We like to eat, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And if you like Martha Stewart or something like that, and you want to come and appear on our show, would we say no to Martha?
Martha. Yeah, absolutely. If you're out there.
Come and cook for us, babe.
Oh, God. Boy, that smile would just light up our show.
I actually like her in the garden. Do you know her? The barefoot Contessa?
No, I don't know.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Wow, she's really good. She's old. They're all older. You know?
Yeah.
My favorite would be, if we get her on the show, would be Nyiregyhazi.
Oh.
You know Nyiregyhazi Lawson? English lady? I had a huge crush on her years ago. And the really cool thing is, I was living in Cyprus at the time, and I discovered her show. Nyiregyhazi is something else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And
I'll have to Google
the
it.
really cool thing was, I wrote about seeing her show for the first time in one of the dishes that I thought looked really incredible. And I told her I was living in Cyprus and you know what I was doing there and stuff. She wrote back to me directly and answered me.
Oh my!
And but in the community of people that were, you know, there's a lot of people write in and all that.
Yeah.
But she actually wrote back to mine, and I'd only just started being part of the community.
Wow!
So people wrote
And
me
she
like,
said,
"You lucky dog, you know." You got the big baby to write you back, you know. Stuff like that. Of course, they were British, you know, but they didn't say it that way. But no, she's yeah, Nyiregyhazi. Anytime you want to come on our show,
"Well, I'll trust his word for it."
yeah,
I don't.
we'll have a special seat for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll push you out of the way.
Oh, good grief! Good friend.
Okay, anyway, that's enough about food.
All right.
Isn't
So,
it?
but all right. Anyways, okay, folks, I've had quite an adventure the last couple of weeks. What kind of adventure did you have? Believe me, it's all piano related. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sort of. Last week, I turned 61.
Oh, I missed your birthday, dude. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Wow.
It's something I like to forget. But anyways,
Wow.
for my birthday.
You look good for 61.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a suit.
You don't color your hair, do you?
No.
Wow, that's real.
Yeah. Well, believe me, it's getting there. I mean, it used to be much darker. You've seen my high school
So
pictures.
this a new suit?
I'm sorry?
A new suit?
No, this is not a new suit. I've had this one for a while.
I like that checkered. What is that? Houndstooth or something?
I don't know.
Wow, it's really nice.
Kathy picked it out.
I like that, the kind of brownish colors, a little gray.
Yeah.
I guess they call it red tones.
Well,
It's good
anyways, apparently on my birthday, it was our lucky day to go out thrifting. So, for all of you who don't know what's coming up,
Uh-oh.
our viewers, old and new,
Here we go, guys. Are you
welcome to
ready? Get
PSI
to wear hats.
High Plains Drifter.
Oh, thanks, Mark. I've got the picture here.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, folks. Welcome to PSI's High Plains Drifter. And boy, have we got something for you. I texted you earlier last week.
Yeah, you said you got
something that could quite possibly be the find of the year.
Oh my
Could
gosh.
possibly defined as the find of the year.
Oh my god. Did you find Chopin's hands that they cut off? Or did they cut Chopin's hands?
No, nothing like that. So believe me, I don't know if I bring
Been
it
watching
here on the show.
Bones, you know, too much.
Yeah.
That's a Chopin's
So-
hand. That's really pretty gross.
That is gross. So somebody's got an obsession with this. This is that's quite a fetish. So, but anyways, so folks, I think this very well meets the criteria for the find of the year.
Uh-oh.
And the criteria is the rarity of the piece, the difficulty level of actually finding it, the odds, the chance of actually finding something like this. I'll just have to show you. Kathy and I went thrifting, and we found this. We'll start off with this one. You remember this magazine?
Yeah.
Keyboard Classics, folks.
Yeah.
Take a good look at it. I'll bring it up
You
here
used to have
for
a
you.
subscription to that.
Yeah. And these days, I don't know if they're still in publication. I doubt it.
I don't think they are.
We went to the thrift store.
Boy, Cat is like a really good luck charm when you go through.
Oh, she is. At the time this was first coming out, it was $2.
Yeah.
I picked it up for 99 cents.
Wow.
The article in the front is sort of a cartoon. It has a title, The Lonely Art of Practicing. So there is an article about that. It says here at the bottom, music by Stravinsky-Raffling.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Quite a few episodes ago, I think it was last year, I brought in a recording by Dikran Atamian.
Yeah.
He had recorded the Stravinsky-Raffling arrangement of Rite of Spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today, being 2025.
No, that's not what's in there.
No, that's not what's in here. I'll be patient. These days, folks, it's being 2025. There must be at least half a dozen or so different transcriptions and arrangements of Rite of Spring. So there's at least that.
Stravinsky did one himself, right?
Stravinsky, I don't know if he did or
what
not.
was it that he did that he dedicated to? It was the Rite of Spring, Petrushka.
It was Petrushka.
That's what he wrote
movements
for Rubinstein, right?
Yes, it was.
Did he ever play it?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
There is a YouTube video of him performing it.
The whole thing?
The whole thing, but what he doesn't do is record it. But somebody obviously, recorded it while he performed it at Carnegie Hall.
Whoa.
So, and
good for him.
you watch him perform it and you listen, and those of us who are very, very familiar with the score, you'll notice that he did cut a few corners.
Wow.
Okay, he did cut a few corners.
Yeah.
But effectively cut a few corners. So I have to admit that it was actually very clever what he did.
Gertrude Stein famously said, "Genius is learning to amplify your strengths, minimize your weaknesses, so that people see the absolute best of you, and very few people know the absolute worst."
Oh, gosh. So
I'm sure there was a genius.
Oh, I'm sure there was. So what else is in this issue of this magazine? Right next to Stravinsky-Raffling, the next up the bat is a Rachmaninoff-Wild.
No way, it's got transcription.
It's got a transcription.
Earl Wild?
Two of them, Raffling and the Earl Wild transcription in there.
Wow.
I'll show you in a minute. It is followed by Haydn, Albinoni, Tchaikovsky, Brahms, Busoni. Okay.
Holy crap.
And more. So this is quite an issue. Folks, if you're out there listening, look for this issue of Keyboard Classics. The date issued was September /October 1984.
Wow.
So if you're out there looking in half-price books or some antique stores that happen to have a collection of Keyboard Classics, look for September /October 1984.
Huh.
So, what is in this beautiful gem? Folks, if you know me, I'm a very, very big fan.
I had this book right there. The Reader's Digest Christmas Carols on the right side.
Oh, this?
I have that book.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the whole thing. Big
Wow.
fat book.
Oh, I'm sure it looks it. 133 carols.
Yeah.
So, what is in this? Well, the Stravinsky-Raffling. It is not Rite of Spring. It is the Round Dance of the Princesses from the Firebird.
Ooh.
So apparently Raffling did do an arrangement of the Firebird. Somewhere it's floating around. I'm sure you might be able to look for it on IMSLP. But the Rachmaninoff Earl Wild transcription is a song called The Little Island, page 30.
Did you try playing these?
I'm sorry?
Did you try playing them?
No. I should. However, I did look at the score, and it is everything you would expect from Earl Wild. And he does so much in just 24 measures. That's the length of this piece. Well, I don't know. Should I?
Sure, man.
Okay, I'll give you a quick look. PSI be damned if we get a copyright strike.
Oh,
There it is. So,
they're out of business, I'm sure.
so here it is. It is 24 measures. It's very well crafted. It's everything that you would expect from Earl Wild. Like I said, it's 24 measures. It's in the key of what, G, D,
E minor.
E minor. What is it?
No, it ends up in G.
It does wind up in G. Well, anyways,
Yeah, it's in G.
yeah. So it's very ornate. It's very ornate.
Oh, you're right. It starts in G. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but anyways, it's very ornate. It he has these 16th note quintuplets, and he has a bit of a Talbert approach to how he did this transcription. The melody line is actually switching from thumb to thumb, and every once in a while he'll throw in a chord that actually strengthens the melodic line in places. But yeah, apparently Talbert, has peeked in on this piece. On let's see, on either the 4th page or the 5th page, I don't remember. There is an article about transcriptions, piano transcriptions, coming back. Now you're talking about 1984. Okay, this is, this was before I was still in college, and I do remember a time when transcriptions were sort of creeping into the piano repertoire back then. I remember the Van Cliburn competition. There was more people doing Bach Busoni there, and someone even did a transcription, Stravinsky's Petrushka, which is also a transcription. Now, if you fast forward, I can't remember which Van Cliburn competition it was, but it was an Italian guy who played one of the Opus 118 collection of pieces by Brahms. I think it was him, but they were talking about piano transcriptions in this particular Van Cliburn competition. And if you take the actual aesthetic thought about piano transcriptions, he says that every piano work is actually a transcription. I mean, if you look at the basic idea of what transcriptions are, transcription of thought, transcription of emotion. Okay, so basically he says that every piece is actually a transcription. Interestingly enough, I see you're absolutely mesmerized by this issue of
This is really nice.
keyboard classics.
It reminds me, at one time, well, there were periodicals.
Yeah.
Clearly that were written, there still are. But there were periodicals written for people who were serious about learning things and knowing things. There's various academic ones that still exist, but there was Keyboard Classics, Piano Quarterly.
Piano
It was
Quarterly.
a bit different, but that was even more academic.
Yeah.
There's some nice pieces in here.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can hear this wild thing.
Yeah. And you got to admit, Earl Wild, he was a very generous individual. Yeah. I mean, to give permission to put this in this issue of Keyboard Classics.
There's one of their articles is The Lonely Art of Practicing. Can I read some quotes?
Oh, absolutely.
These are very good. From Andre Michel Schub, who we talked about.
Yeah.
Won the Van Cliburn. It would be more lonely without the company of the great masterpieces of Western culture. So I'm not sure if he's talking about the music or he's talking about literature. Then there's Agostino Nieves wrote, even now, it's a hard thing to practice on a nice day. Anais Lyris wrote, when I don't want to practice, I don't. Manuel Axe said, lazy people have good practice habits. Figure that out, I don't know. Leo Smith, who's a pianist and composer, For me, the point is to come as close as possible to perfect sight reading without resorting to rote practice. Dichter, study with Rosine Levine. I adore practicing because it's always a matter of questioning. So very cerebral. Leon Bates. I remember Leon Bates?
Yeah, I do remember Leon.
My best practice sessions happen after I come back from the gym. And then Arthur Rubinstein is quoted, or somebody says about him, he would practice with a comic book on the piano, along with a bowl of cherries on the right and chocolates on the left.
Oh.
That would get me through a nice afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There it is, folks. Keyboard classics.
I bought a while back a whole bunch of, was it 18 magazine?
Yes.
Big pile of them.
Yeah, I noticed.
That was, I don't know if it was the first, but that was one of the earliest adventures in piano education and, really designing a national community around the instrument, absolutely. The artists, the music and everything. They had master classes in each volume where some extraordinarily famous pianists, Godofsky and Hoffman, Rachmaninoff, would tell you how to approach the piece of music, and stuff like that. Wonderful things. And then the really cool part is all the advertisements in the back to see all the schools that were
and teachers,
everything. That went on for a long time, too. That was the later 19th century, at least into the 50s or even the 60s, possibly made that one. Well, good for you. So that's a great, and those pieces in there are incredible.
I know, aren't they?
I bet there's nowhere else you can find copies.
Did you see the Stravinsky Craftsman? Yeah, not so bad.
Yeah.
So, on my birthday, folks, I decided to go visit one of my old haunting places. Stanton's Sheet Music downtown.
Yeah.
And anyways, there was a book I had been eyeing 3 years ago, but I didn't have the money for it. But this time around, I decided, I was thinking maybe it's in the clearance section, and it wasn't.
It was.
It was not in the clearance section.
Yeah.
So I just broke down and decided I should get it. So I did. So I paid retail price for this, folks. Here it is. We've talked about it before.
Oh my God.
I know.
His own pieces?
His own works. Here it is.
Wow.
And this is selected. It's not the complete, by far, not even the closest. But here it is, folks. We've talked about him. He's very controversial. And apparently, it's not Ervin. Ervin Nyiregyhazi.
He was Hungarian. You want to tell about
Hungarian?
About him? His early career, and I got in trouble.
Yeah, he's I don't know a whole lot about him. I just know about how he was a child prodigy. Very much so, a child prodigy. He was getting a lot of attention. They brought him to a particular school where he was actually being studied about his intellect and how he thinks and everything else, because he had been composing pieces since the beginning, practically, since he was a child.
And this kid had Mozartian kind of
absolutely
abilities as a kid. He was the same age-ish period as Vladimir Horowitz in Russia. Or Horowitz, of course, was literally a Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Because he's from Kiev.
Lots of photographs.
That's really cool.
Lots of photographs. Introduction by Kevin Busoni. Here you have...
He wrote the book. He wrote the biography.
Yeah, basically.
I have it.
You have it?
On my Kindle library. It's digital,
okay. 1903 to 1987, Ervin Nyiregyhazi. Lots of pictures. It talks about him as a composer. At the tender age of 16, 18 years old, he was called upon to, at the last minute, to replace soloist for the Tchaikovsky Concerto.
Yeah.
He replaced Rachmaninoff.
Yeah.
And so apparently the opening measures where he comes in, the conductor recalls it as after when the chords came in, it became so, the volume was immense that he practically got knocked over the podium, that's what he said. And he had to look, and while he was conducting the orchestra, he actually had to crank his neck over to see how he was doing that.
So real quickly, he was brought up to the United States.
Yes.
He had a decent European career going as a young man.
Yeah.
He was brought over to the United States, but his manager paired him with a singer. I don't remember who the singer was, but she was more top billing than him at the time.
Yeah.
She was being known.
Yeah.
And they were traveling, and he was playing for her in concerts and at fancy salon parties. But he got kind of, well, he was young and he was arrogant, and he got kind of PO'd because he said, you know, look, I'm able to do a lot more than this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was getting paid well enough.
Oh, yeah.
All that, but he felt that when he was brought over to the United States that there'd been a different agreement in terms of what he would do and how he presented stuff.
Yeah.
And he didn't think the guy was really doing his job, so he sued his agent. And it got big news in New York and some bigger cities, and he lost.
He did.
And they said that that's what poisoned him.
Yeah.
Afterwards, because nobody would touch him.
Yeah.
So the guy, interestingly, he just kind of disappeared. And this was like back in the flashy 20s before the Depression. Mm-hmm. So big time, big money, big everything, you know, beautiful suits. He was a young, very attractive guy. And then the next time that he was discovered was in the 70s, when somebody who knew music and had been a recording guy or something like that went to hear a concert in San Francisco, and there was this old guy that came out on stage, a little crockety by that time. So he lived to be 1987, which was 84. So this was approximately 10, 12 years before that. So it was in his 70s. But he came out and he played, and the guy said, of course, the thing that was astonishing about him when he was young, which was still astonishing, he was one of these pianists, and the Hungarians have a unique way for this, don't they? Yeah. Of finding these incredibly profound, deep sounds in the piano. Yeah. Where it's like this idea, you know, when the scientists, we talked about this just recently, scientists said, you know, that various pianists can sit down at the same piano and play it and get totally different sounds out.
This is recent, folks.
Yeah, we did that big duh thing. Yeah. I was like, duh. But Nyiregyhazi is really special. So anyway, it got some recognition. Harold Schoenberg got all excited about it. Got involved. The Ford Foundation put money up. Yeah. And he did 2 or 3 recordings. Yep, he did. Where they specially got him in there and he recorded. Yeah. It's a very idiosyncratic and interesting kind of playing. Maybe, maybe it lacked the kind of sophistication that Horowitz had at that time. But then Horowitz had been one of the world's great artists for his whole life. Nyiregyhazi was found to be living in flop houses between LA and San Francisco. And this book is interesting because they said he'd been a very active composer. There was piles of scores. Operas and all kinds of things that he'd written. Transcriptions. And he'd been married like 6 to 8 times, something like Elizabeth Taylor or something. Well, and all these ex-wives.
A picture of him and his 10th wife.
Oh, no. Here.
Really? Yep, 10th. Here.
10th.
Number 10. Let me show it to you.
Well, the man had faith in love all the way through.
Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. It's 10th. It's in here, folks. I saw it. There it is. 10th wife.
Oh. Should be younger than that.
Yeah, like that.
They look very much in love.
Yeah, they do.
They should have those pictures so you can see what he looks like.
There's a picture.
Really extraordinary that the guy survived and lived the way he did all those decades and kind of kept it going. the United States, and apparently held down different kinds of odd jobs, to make money over the years, but kept his music and his piano playing going. This is interesting because this is the same time as people like Horowitz and Gunnar Johansson, things like that. And then there was Nyiregyhazi. Can you imagine how different the 20th century would be had he, had a real career? And,
yeah, exactly.
Really been there.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been really fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Because this guy, apparently at the time, when he was younger and really in great form,
Oh, yeah.
well, let's put it this way. He was asked to substitute last minute for Sergei
Rachmaninoff. Yeah.
I mean, who the hell would do that?
Like,
Rubenstein said he used to sweat bullets anytime Rachmaninoff showed up.
Yeah. You want to see her?
Yeah, I do. You got some great stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So what'd you put out for him?
Well, this is what I paid for. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm a teacher, so they took
They
off.
give you a discount?
Yeah, they did give you a discount.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, it's about. I think it's about 10%.
But you have to show them to make sure they know you're a teacher.
They've known me. They know me.
Oh,
They know me there. Yeah,
I didn't know about that. I could get a discount.
yeah, you can get a discount. Just tell them you're a teacher.
Cool.
They believe you. They'll believe you. I mean, really, piano teachers. If you told people you were a piano teacher, who wouldn't believe you if you weren't? Yeah.
First piece seems kind of,
Yeah.
And here's kind of Mephisto Triumphant.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can hear snippets of
List.
quite a bit of Liszt in it. There was a time when rumors went about this pianist that they felt that he was the actual reincarnation of Liszt.
Yeah.
Harold C. Schoenberg once described his playing, and I like this description. He called it a sort of divine madness.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That piece looks very much like.
Yeah. And I have to admit, I've sort of perused through the book a little bit. It has sort of this, I don't know, mercurial, brooding manner about it. A touch of Busoni-esque qualities to it, except far more. I think his playing is far more texture-wise thinner. Okay, much more. The writing is much more focused. Busoni's compositions and playing was once described as that rare quality of harpsichord and organ quality to it. This might have some of that, but I don't think they were aiming for the same things.
Some of this stuff looks to me.
Yeah.
It's very. I mean, some of it's not difficult at all to do.
No, it's not.
Sight read. But it strikes me as though I think he was hearing this orchestrated.
Yeah.
When he wrote some of this stuff. It strikes me. Some of it could be really effective where orchestrated.
Yeah.
Like some of the pieces, they are very strangely. This thing, I just look at that structure.
Yeah, I know.
It's very, like from Liszt's narrative kind of writing.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, which did become orchestrated.
Yeah.
When
Sure
it
did.
was in Weimar.
Yeah.
And then some of it looks like later Liszt.
Yes, it does. I was gonna say.
Well, good for you. Well, what a great birthday ball.
Yeah.
In memoriam, November 22nd, 1963.
Yeah.
The murder of President John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Wow. It's short. Interesting, like
Page.
Richard Wagner wrote that piece, The Funeral Gondola,
Yep.
and I think there's one on the Death of Liszt. Isn't there?
There's a list. One of Liszt's late works is one called "At the Grave" of Richard.
Oh, that's right. He lasted longer than Wagner.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Wow, the guy was really quite active.
oh yeah, it was.
Ooh,
Now, if you ever go on YouTube,
100 years ago today,
Yeah.
Liszt died.
oh, 1986.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Wow, good for you.
yeah. I had to. I mean, like I said, I had eyed this book about somewhere like 3 or 4 years ago, and it just seemed a little steep for me at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I just kind of hoped that it was a clearance, like I said, but to no avail. Now, we were not without going out to our thrift stores, aside from that. Here, what do I have? This is the first commercially released recording of the Busoni Piano Concerto.
The first?
The very first commercial release of the Busoni Piano Concerto, performed by Italian pianist Pietro Scarpini.
Who is this guy?
Okay, so who is he? Pietro Scarpini, born April 6, 1911, Rome, Italy. Died on November 27, 1997, in Florence. He is pianist, harpsichordist, composer, conductor. He studied piano with Alfredo Casella.
Ooh.
Studied composition with Ottorino Respighi.
Ooh.
Studied conducting with Bernardino Molinari.
Uh-huh.
Studied organ with Fernando Germani.
Uh-huh.
And as a composer, he is credited with having arranging a two-piano version of Mahler's Symphony No. 10,
Of the 10th. Wow.
10th Symphony. He also has to his credit a piano concerto and a piano quintet.
What's
Here
his
it
name?
is.
Scarpini?
Pietro Scarpini.
Huh.
Scarpini.
Oh, with Raphael Kubelik.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right.
And,
Raphael Kubelik.
And the Bavarian Radio Symphony Chorus and Orchestra.
Yes.
Raphael Kubelik was an amazing artist.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Conductor. This is the orchestra now that the dude with the white hair.
Simon Rattle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir Simon Rattle now conducts.
Uh-huh.
He took him back to Birmingham recently. And
Yeah.
played, which used to be his old haunts.
Yep.
He conducted there. Took him back, and the people loved it. Played. Some of these radio orchestras are really quite well known, very famous.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Stuttgart Chamber Orchestra, which historically going back
Yep.
into the middle 20th century is an incredible
Yep.
ensemble. And in fact, what was his name? Davies, Dennis Russell Davies,
Yeah.
who's from Northern Ohio, ended up being a huge conductor in Europe.
Yep.
Did Bayreuth and everything. He was. I got some recordings of him directing the Stuttgart Chamber Ensemble. But the Bavarian Radio Symphony is
Yeah.
quite well known. That's pretty cool.
Yes. So it is neat. Take a good look at it. And lots of program notes in this sucker.
Yeah.
It talks about how let me see, is it Antonio Lozana? Yeah, Latanza. Antonio Latanza. I guess he was the one responsible for putting this together. He had seen I think he had seen, I don't know the full story, but he had been involved with music in Italy for a very, very long time. He's very knowledgeable about Busoni's work, and apparently Pietro Scarpini, had it in his repertoire and had performed it before. He premiered it in Italy, and he he just remembered him and brought him back to have him record this first time premiere recording of the work. And his playing, Scarpini's playing, has been described as a combination of intellectual insights and virtuoso playing, and I would have to tend to agree. You won't. I mean, if you're expecting big effects, you'll get it to an extent, but what's important here was actually how, not that it doesn't stay grand for the whole time, but there's the dynamic inflections and the overall flow. When the piano enters, it has sort of this. It has a bunch of these chords that he executes. Lots of chords, big ones. It sort of has sort of a reminiscence to me to the opening to the Tchaikovsky Concerto. But the approach here is completely different. It's not just about playing chords like the Tchaikovsky, but it's about the line. It's interesting how he placed the trackings in this work. Look at this. First track, prologue in introito. Second track, pezzo giocoso.
So it's kind of a scherzo thing.
Yeah. The third, fourth, and fifth, and the sixth track are all the third movement. It's divided into 4 tracks. The 7th track is the 4th movement, and it is a tarantella, but hardly danceable. It's more of a really, truly a concert piece. The last movement, Cantico Largamente. I'm not sure, but I think it's that's when the chorus comes in.
Yeah. And
it is for, what is it, the altos and the tenors, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but, yeah, they show up finally at the last.
Isn't it a men's chorus? It's a men's.
It could be.
Yeah.
Is it a men's chorus?
I believe so.
Okay. So, but anyways.
I don't think there's any women singing it.
Okay.
I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I think it's for men's chorus.
All right.
Well,
it is.
There's a precedent.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
Piano concerto with chorus.
Of course. Yeah.
Who wrote it?
Yeah.
You know.
Beethoven. Oh, you mean the chorals? The
Choral Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that was necessarily it, but Beethoven wrote the first piano concerto
type
with a chorus.
Yeah.
And frankly, the only one until
Busoni,
right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, chorus with a piano concerto is that's
doesn't happen
rare.
very much.
Very rare beast.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other ones.
I can't think of any other ones either. I cannot think of any other ones.
I know that the British, I can't remember the British guy's name. It says the name had Stanford something in it. There might be something he wrote for, it was, British, big celebratory thing, with piano and chorus and orchestra, but I don't know if it's concerto per se, but I'll see if I can find it.
Well, there are choral,
cool.
like I said, choral works, that have orchestra and piano in it.
Right.
So, but this is different.
Yeah.
It's a piano concerto.
Well, Busoni was interesting too because, of course, he did famous transcriptions of Bach organ pieces
Yeah, he did.
and Liszt as well. He did his own.
Yeah.
Well, not say transcriptions, but adaptations, arrangements, or additions to them.
Yeah.
Added things to them, stuff like that. In which cases, well, the Bach stuff is actually, I think he tries to be quite true, if not to the score always per se, to the spirit of the music very much.
Yeah.
I think he, with the Bach, or with the list, of course, he goes beyond this. Sometimes that's really, like, there's his own version of Campanella, right?
Campanella, yeah.
Busoni.
Yeah.
But when Busoni's writing his own music, interesting, there's a book that I have which collects treatises by David C. Busoni, and I forget who the third person is. I'll put it up on the screen, where he's writing about a new music kind of concept, and his music is different. It's quite intellectual. I mean, there's, I don't know, you can feel the mind working and everything in that piano concerto in a different kind of way, you know.
Yeah.
It goes beyond the density of even the Brahms second. It has that kind of colossal aspect to it, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
that's cool. It's a completely different
I've got a nice surprise for you regarding that piece.
Okay. All right. One of my other finds here is a recording of the complete works for piano and orchestra by Rachmaninoff by Raphael Orozco.
Oh, Orozco. I know the name, but I don't know him.
Raphael Orozco. Born January 4th, 1926 in Cordoba. He is a Spanish pianist. Died on April 24th, 1996. Look at the roster on this one. Studied with Jose Cubillas, Alexis Weisenberg. He was a student of Maria Corcio, who was the last and the biography I found said she was the last and favorite pupil of Archer Schnuckel. So Raphael Orozco has street credit here. He has first prize in the 1966 Leeds International Piano Competition in the UK. He is immortalized further. He plays on the soundtrack of Ken Russell's 1970 film, The Music Lovers. It's a movie about Tchaikovsky. So maybe we'll try to see if we can locate that one. 1996 was a sad day. He was one of the later victims of the AIDS. A school was raised in his honor, the Conservatorio de Música Rafael Orozco de Cordoba.
In Cordoba.
Yes. So, and that is Orozco, the pianist. For the final entry, this is different. Now, there's not much information on this guy. This is an American pianist, Kevin Cole. He plays Gershwin. And this one's autographed. Kevin Cole. According to the Edward Jablonski, the Gershwin biographer, he says Kevin is the best Gershwin pianist since George Gershwin himself. No one can touch him, quote unquote.
Wow. I've actually heard of the guy.
Kevin Cole?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this has been my traveling music this past couple of weeks.
So you like it, the way he plays?
It's interesting. He's very idiomatic. It reminds me of those Artist Roadhouse arrangements that came out on recording.
Yes.
But he seems to have adapted more of the style. It's very stylish from back then.
Yeah.
It's more than just the stride style.
Yeah.
I mean, there's stride in it, but there's a personality there. It's everything under his hands sounds natural. There's no information about where he studied or when he took piano lessons or anything. Nothing. I haven't found anything.
It's interesting to hear Gershwin play his own music.
Yeah.
And to consider that Gershwin, he had a short life. He was 38 when he died or something. Yeah. I mean, he was like a comet.
Yeah.
Pretty much from the time that he was probably adult age and started to play. But then when his works got to be known and stuff, boy, he became fabulously wealthy and famous and all that. But poor guy was out in California. He was supposed to do some movie projects. Yeah. I think they did, because they did American in Paris, for example, with Gene Kelly. But that was later on. That was well after he died. But I think, because what's his name? Actually,
Oscar Levant.
He ended up playing all that stuff. But what I was going to say, he had a brain tumor, and that was not the thing to have with medicine as it was at the time.
Yeah.
There's no way they could have saved him, so I didn't make it. But when you listen to him play, and you think about jazz up to that point, which we're talking late 30s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you go back to the origins of it, and one might say some ragtime, and then, there's Fats Waller and some rest things like that. But you think about all the things that have happened with jazz since the 30s.
Yeah.
Nobody knew anything about that stuff.
No.
Nobody had done anything with or to jazz to create those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear contemporary performances of the Rhapsody in Blue, it can be infused with aspects of jazz idioms and traditions which Gershwin wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to think about this guy. He really plays more in the Gershwin style.
Oh yeah.
That was a special kind of historically locked in way of playing his music.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best exponents of it himself. And to think about that, that's kind of cool that you would have that kind of historical veracity in a way.
Yes, it is.
Like
On this CD, the final track is Rhapsody in Blue. And in it, the note says it is the complete version of Rhapsody in Blue. So it's not the truncated version that was released by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So here it is. It's got program notes in it. It's in a separate sleeve right here.
Well, also, is it not true that with the Rhapsody in Blue, the original performance was with Paul Whiteman's
and his band
orchestra, right?
Yeah.
And wasn't it kind of redone, reorchestrated or something?
Yeah, by Farron Gruffet.
Yeah. So it was kind of made
it fit
more classical for a classical orchestra.
Yeah, Earl Wild talks about that.
Because the original performance and everything about it, I mean, it was earth-changing.
It was earth-changing, absolutely.
Was it 24?
Something like that.
Imagine that happening, that
you wake up.
Nobody had ever heard anything like this before.
Nope, they haven't.
Now we got used to crossover artists, opera singers,
Yeah.
people doing stuff, but I mean, jazz was co-opted by wealthy white people from the blacks, from the slaves, and it was not high class. It was.
Yeah, it was considered,
slow. The way people thought it, they thought it was too close to with sex and alcohol and all that kind of
drugs.
stuff. 1920s prohibition and all that.
Yeah.
And yet it exploded like that. And then it was a genius. Like Gershwin, and I always loved the story when he went to Paris for a half a year, right?
Yeah.
To study orchestration with Ravel.
He
wanted to go. He had the money, my God.
Of course.
And he went there, and he'd arranged to meet with Ravel. We've told the story.
Tell it again.
He comes to Ravel's house, and he's led into the house, and there's Ravel, just always tiny, perfectly
dressed.
Little Frenchman, all that. And I think they're having coffee out of really fine porcelain cups, And so they're meeting, and he's there, and he says, "Well, I'm so excited about studying with you." And now Ravel knows about who the guy is, his fame and all that. Probably heard some of his music.
Probably.
And he said, "Monsieur Gershwin, how much money did you earn last year through your compositions and your performances?" And it was some very American kind of figure.
Like $1 million or something.
Al choked on his coffee and spit it out. And when he recomposed himself, he said, "Monsieur Gershwin, it should be I who studies composition with you." So is that your contributions?
Pretty much. I mean, as far as Rhapsody in Blue goes, if some of you don't know how this composition actually came to be, you should try to find out. I mean, imagine yourself, somebody like Gershwin, who's been writing shows and musicals and things, and you wake up one morning to get your morning coffee, get your morning paper, you open the paper, and you find out that you're supposed to be premiering a work in a week.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
He didn't have it all done.
He hadn't even started on it. He didn't even know. He didn't want to do it. They approached him like a month before, and he didn't want to do it. And so later on, somebody just said, apparently somebody from the committee was pressured by the press, wondering when is he going to perform, when is he going to write something, is he going to write this, is he going to do it? So he's just finally gave in. And papers will do what they will say what they want to say. Apparently. I mean, I don't know the backroom deals concerning the committee and the newspaper that released the article that said he is premiering a new work on such and such a day.
Yeah.
So basically, and if you've never heard the Paul Whiteman arrangement of it, it requires a small orchestra, very small orchestra. It actually has saxophones in it, a couple banjos, another piano, and there's an actual chorus in the thing. So it wasn't until later on that Barry Grofé arranged the work for orchestra and piano orchestra.
Uh-huh.
So that's all. That's what I have for today. So
well, I have just started my Christmas presents to myself purchasing recently. Now, there's been some various CDs that I've been looking at, and in some cases, like I told you about the Ingrid Hebler, the price had come down like $40 or something. It was still about $120.
Yeah,
but
still,
it had been up there. It was a little too far up there for me. And I'm doing some little affirm payments to get it paid off, but because I bought a few other things at the same time. But I've been getting a few other things, and you remember he was talking about the Busoni Concerto. Now it's interesting. That might be the first commercial recording, which said it was done in the '60s. Okay, when it was recorded and released. Now Gunnar did a recording, but I'm not sure when he did it, who it was with. I have it, the Busoni Concerto that Gunnar Johansson.
Wow.
But we talked about this recently when we were talking about old recordings.
Yep. And
so this is the Busoni Concerto.
Oh, yet another one.
With Sir Thomas Beecham, conducted the BBC Symphony Orchestra and Choir, men's chorus. I was right about that.
Okay.
And look who the pianist is.
Oh, who's the pianist? The pianist is. Oh, no way!
I told you I thought there was a recording of it.
The Will Newton Wood.
Yeah, and I found it.
Folks.
And I got it for that was less than $10 for sure.
Wow. That must be.
Noel Newton Wood, we talked about him in the past. Elmer actually did a bit of a presentation on his life.
Yes, I did.
Career. He was a very brilliant Australian fellow. There's some interesting musicians that come out of Australia.
Yeah.
One big one was Percy Grainger. It was a great friend of Edward Grieg. Very famous guy. But this guy, Noel Newton Wood, probably a little bit younger than Grainger. But I don't know what all of it was. I don't remember. But the sad thing about him was he committed suicide eventually. Fully dressed and walked out into the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, off of the Australian beach, and of course drowned and died. But as I said about this piece, there's not that many recordings of the Busoni Concerto.
There are not many.
And a lot of famous pianists have never played it. I mean, I can think, we could start counting them, right? So there's him. There's that Italian guy.
Yeah.
Who do we know about that? But there's Gunnar Johansson, one of the great repertoire kings. I mean, he could play most everything. John Ogden.
Marc-Andre Hamelin.
Come on, Hamelin is one of the amazing pianists.
Oh, right? Yeah. And Gary Colson has.
Gary Colson also
has done it.
The Chopin winner. And I hope to find it someday, but he's got a box set of all the Chopin. It's not available. Individual recordings are, but the whole box set, which was released in England,
not here.
I can't find it. And it's going to cost some money if it ever shows up.
I'm sure.
So I may never be able to get it. But anyway, so I just wanted to show you that one because I thought that Noel Newton Wood recorded
That blows me away,
You know?
man.
And that says something about the guy as a pianist.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That he's one of the few people in recording history that actually did it.
I pulled the program notes out of it.
Sure. Yeah. Want me to keep going?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I got it.
So since we were talking about Ravel and Gershwin then, this one I've been looking at for a while. These are Warner Brothers recordings that they belong to somebody else, but Warner Brothers bought them out. And they have a complete Debussy, which is like everything. It's everything. It's the orchestra works, the opera, the piano works, even the piano and orchestra works, and the songs, ballet, everything. That one keeps running around $80-some. But it's got incredible people on it. Like it's got Arthur Rubinstein in there and some really great artists, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one that I've been looking at for a long time too, which is this would be surprisingly a huge lot of repertoire. The complete Sanson. All the symphonies, all the concerti, all the piano music, and all the other stuff that he wrote. It's a lot of CDs.
That's a lot of CDs.
It's also up there, around $80 to $90.
Yeah.
This is Warner Brothers. Now, also, I think it's Deutsche Grammophon has a good set. That is also released, which has interesting things in it. And, of course, different artists, probably, in some cases. But this is Maurice Ravel's complete music. I got this one for about $40 tops, if it wasn't a little bit less than that.
Wow.
And it was a brand new one. But it's got, well, you can probably read about it. This is like Martha Argerich.
Ooh.
Aldo Ciccolini, Jean-Philippe Collard, Samson Francois. Those are the pianists. Here's the violinists, Bernard Capuçon. His singer's Ellie Amelie. I can't read it too well. Victoria de Los Angeles. Okay. Some good stuff on here, but there's some historic things too. There's Sir John Barbaroli. There's one of the conductors, Lauren Mazel, Sean Monk, Kurt Nagano, Yannick Nézet-Séguin, Ricardo Muti, Michel Plasson, Georges Prêtre, and Sir Simon Rattle. There's a lot of people in here, but then they have some interesting historic recordings with Maurice Ravel being one of the artists. And they have Cassatsu, Alfred Cortot, Jacques Février, Marguerite Long, Marcel Mayer, Arthur Rubinstein is in here, Zeno Francescatti, Marshall Sanger, Pierre Monteur, Charles Monk as well. So this is everything that he wrote. And it's an interesting thing about, I saw somebody write a review, and they said it's really remarkable that he was such an important composer. I mean, really his craftsmanship is something that's really respected. But in terms of his output, somebody said, it's amazing. I got this thing and was able to listen to it in a long weekend. Everything that Ravel wrote. I mean, he must have put in the hours for it, because there's still 21 CDs here. But he has a relatively smallish output of works, and I think part of it is because he was so exacting and so meticulous. Yeah. It's like, he was interesting. He was descended from Swiss French-speaking people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it's possible, I forget, but I think it's possible his grandfather was a Swiss watchmaker.
No, it could very well be. He's been compared to
So, there's that aspect of his writing in it. But I was telling him about the various artists. What's really cool is they have historic recordings. Mm-hmm. Ravel himself is in here.
Yeah.
And then I listed all these famous people, including Rubinstein, Alfred people. You want to show it to him?
Yeah.
It's got a nice impressionistic picture on the box. But I'm looking forward to that because I'm a great fan of real elf music, and I played some of it. There's some things I probably won't play. I'm not the kind of guy that would ever, especially at this age, look at Scarfo. No. But I admire the people who do. Now, I want to show you a couple, three other things that I got. One of them I just got recently. Actually, one of them I just got today. Came in the mail today.
That's beautiful.
Now, this one, I don't think we looked at this, but I mentioned it. I don't think I showed this yet, right? I haven't even taken the plastic off this one.
Yeah.
This is Tosha Seidel.
Oh, Tosha Seidel.
Jewish violinist
Yeah.
who owned a Strad, and he played, all over, the East Coast. But the really famous thing is Tosha Seidel was the concertmaster of the Hollywood Orchestra that played the soundtrack for
Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
The whole Over the Rainbow and that beautiful violin solo and everything.
Yeah.
That's Tosha Seidel.
Yes.
So it's got some famous pieces in there. The Hebrew Melody, the Schön Rosemary Leaves, for stuff like that. But this is historically important.
Yes.
Because of him. He was a great Jewish violinist.
Yes.
But he didn't have the kind of career like Heifetz or other people did. He didn't do that. Instead, he was kind of probably clever. I imagine he had a great life.
Yeah.
Because he went into Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he played in a lot of films and things like that. But what was exceptional, and probably what helped make his sound so memorable and special, how many people do you think that played in Hollywood orchestras that had a Stradivarius? I mean, apparently, Heifetz owned a few of them, right?
Yeah.
But this guy doing a show, it's just got a few titles there on the front.
Oh my!
And I'm really looking forward to this because I've heard his recording, and it's that kind of old school style of playing a little bit, very rich vibrato and warm, and the what do you call it? The
strokes, bowing.
no, the way they
vibrato.
slide. No, the way they slide.
Oh, the shifting.
Yeah, I can't think of the word I want to use. It's they use the sliding from note to note. Sometimes it's an expressive thing.
Yes.
I can't think of it. Portamento. Portamento. The singers did it as well. The opera singers in the 19th century did it. And it was a style that came out of that kind of playing. I'm looking very much forward to that. Now, there's a couple others, and then I'll be done.
That's gorgeous.
This is one that arrived today, and I bought it, and I really got all these ones that I just bought recently were really pretty affordable. I got them anywhere from like $2.99 to, depending if it's a bigger one, maybe $10. And then sometimes there's shipping with it or not.
Yeah.
But this one is a Vox Legend, and in these are all the original recordings of the very first time that they were ever done. Gyorgy Sandor playing all of Bartok's music for piano and orchestra, or piano and percussion. He does the sonata for two piano and percussion. He studied with Bartok. Yeah. And the people that wrote about his performances, and again, I just got that this morning, and it's just warmed up from the cold air out in the airport. What they say about it is it's a different way of playing Bartok that has become more traditional, where it's a little bit more aggressive and powerful and strong. Percussive. But Miss Montel used to say this because she studied with Bartok. Yep. Piano. He was very much of that school where you're supposed to make beautiful sounds on the piano. Play beautifully. And she said that was a big aspect. And interestingly, she studied piano with Bela Bartok and composition with Fodoknani. But this is all the stuff that he wrote, all three concerti, and the sonata for two pianos and percussion. And apparently, I think some of it may have been recorded while Bartok was still alive. Maybe, I don't know. I might be speaking out of turn. Yes. But Bartok died in around 45 or so in the United States.
The Rhapsody for Piano and Orchestra, Opus 1. It's available as a solo as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Didn't know that.
Yes, and it's a doozy. Yeah. I remember seeing this many, many, many years ago at Borders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Borders, Books and Music.
I have some other recordings of Sandor. I think we've shown them before on the show.
Yeah.
He was wow, some pianist.
Oh yeah, he was quite a musician.
And again, one of the Hungarians. You know.
I have a transcription of his of the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Cool that he did himself.
Yeah, he did himself.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of notes.
Now this last one I have, and I wanted to just say a little bit about it. We're doing okay, is all
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah.
Remember APR? These
APR.
Now I thought that James Marsden was connected with this, but I didn't see his name in this one as the engineer. He may not have done all of them. I don't know.
Okay.
It was called Appian Publications and Recordings. So like the Appian Way from Rome and all that. But this is a really interesting one that I've been looking at, and I didn't get it. But again, the price came down.
Okay.
So it was like, it wouldn't have been more than 12, but I think it's possible it was less than that. This is Alfred Brendel. You look at the picture of him. This is Alfred Brendel when he first starts to record.
Oh gosh!
And what's really cool is that it has his very first recordings that he ever did of anything.
Okay.
The Liszt Weihnachtsbaum.
Oh, the Christmas
the
tree.
Christmas piece, the Christmas tree pieces. And then this is really amazing to me because, as it happens, he had learned this and was playing it in a few concerts in Central Europe at the time.
Yeah.
And then he came in and recorded with this group, Busoni's Fantasia Contrapuntistica.
Yes.
And these are very early recordings with an original company that was called SBA Records. Wow. I thought it was interesting. I'll tell you just a teeny bit about it because I forget what the name stood for, but I remember
Is it two
it was
discs?
right. The Society of Participating Artists Incorporated by two guys, conductor F. Charles Adler and Norman Fox in Saratoga Springs, New York in '51. They ran their recording company for about 5 years.
Okay.
But this made me remember something that was quite curious and interesting to us at the time.
Yeah.
So this is after the Second World War is finished. The LP record technology was introduced in 1948, and the Germans had created magnetic tape. And they started to use these things in recording. The tape, of course, made a huge difference in the length of pieces that you could record without stopping or interrupting. We've got that French lady's, the wonderful player, where she does this very live and amazing performance of the Mephisto Waltz, wasn't it? Where we listened, or you and I both listened to it, but I mean, it's like right up there with Horowitz's in terms of the excitement of it. But she recorded in like, was it 4 takes?
Something like that.
Because you only had so many minutes per side. And so she just looked at a certain point and stopped. And then, okay, let's continue. And she did the next section, did the next section like that. The magnetic tape, and then, of course, long playing records. You could get a heck of a lot more continuity in the recording, and then play a lot more on one side. Because the old 78s used to be, if you're lucky, was the originals were like 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, 4 or 5
Something like
minutes,
that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you can get a half hour,
Yeah.
practically on one side.
Yeah.
And then with the tape, as long as the tape is turning,
Rolling.
you can record forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much.
But what's interesting to me is that they got Brendel to come in, and see, what was happening is that they had these artists. Now, Brendel was he wasn't Nazi anything. He was a connector with it. He was pretty young, too, because he was born in the 30s when he came out. So he would only been not even a teenager, I think, by that. But, it's an interesting time for the boy to be born and how he got his career going. Because he was an incredibly well-trained musician, pianist. Although there's some talk that in a certain way he was somewhat self-educated. We talked about that too.
Oh yeah.
he did take lessons with Edwin Fisher.
Uh-huh.
And there was a friendly relationship there that Fisher claimed as his student, which helped bolster his career. But, and certainly Brendel became really quite famous in Europe because he was recording stuff like crazy.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I told you guys before, and I've shown it before, that monster Beethoven LP box that I bought, which has all of his stuff from the 50s when he recorded everything. I mean, the concerti, the sonatas. His was, as far as I know, I think Brendel's was the next set of complete Beethoven sonatas that anybody ever recorded. The first one was Schnabel, but I think the second one was Brendel as a younger man.
Oh, yeah.
And everything is in there that has anything to do with the piano in that collection. Well, what's really cool is that when they talk about the history of when this was done and all, they were looking for these gifted European artists. There were plenty of them that had survived the war, and they were needing to make money, God knows. And, you know, the West was building Europe back up again after all the destruction. But it was very easy to do recordings between the tape and the long playing record. This happened in the United States, especially with the explosion of Southern music with the radio stations and stuff, the black artists, and then the white, like Elvis Presley and various people like that got started because it was so easy to start a recording studio. You know, you didn't need all this stuff. All you needed was, you know, certain space and, you know, record stuff, drop the needle, start cutting. Well, you remember that those CDs that we talked about being able to buy, and you brought some, and we talked about this whole situation. Those European pressings, they were on oftentimes grayish or silver.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the Vienna Masters.
Yes. Tons of them. And like orchestras and musicians and various people you never heard of. And in some cases, people not attributed at all in the performances. Read about that. Well, what they were saying is back when this stuff started to happen, there were these little pop-up recording industries of various size and power and this and that, you know, hiring these artists who were like desperate to play and to make money. Not a ton, but, you know, make something. And they, like this one that he recorded these recordings for, only lasted about 5 years. But it made me think about that. What did you call it? The Vienna
Masters.
Yeah.
And I mean, when it says masters, it means masters recordings.
Right.
So
yeah,
the original.
What they and what we looked, we did some research.
Oh, we did do some research,
and we found some interesting stuff about this one guy. Who bought a castle or something like that, and had somehow acquired the rights to a lot of this material and so forth, and was releasing it and things. And it was kind of this wild west, wild Europe, Second World War. With all these desperate musicians trying to make a living and do what they had to do.
And the irony was that one fella was actually an accomplished violinist.
Yes.
He was already traveling, he was doing concerts and stuff, and then for some reason he did this. You know,
well, and so, you know, I love APR, and then later on what Marsden is doing through they call it Marsden Records.
Marsden Records,
this digging this stuff out and re-releasing it, but with better technology, you know. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet because some of it's been rolling in and I was really busy coming into Thanksgiving week. But this is some of his earliest recordings. Busoni's Fantasia Contrapuntistica and the Liszt Weihnachtsball pieces. And again, this is the thing where I said my favorite performance of the
Totentanz.
Is it the Totentanz? Yes, I think it is. The Totentanz is Brendel's. The old mono one that he did. It is gripping. And then, you know, much later on in his career, there's a video I have where he does the Ami de Pèlerinage on the piano in that special church that he loved so much, which had been turned into a recording studio for him. But, you know, everybody thinks of him as like Mr. Beethoven, Mr. Mozart, Mr. Schubert. But the guy played a lot of other stuff. like his very first concerto performance, I forget now, was it Krennic.
Krennic, oh God.
He
yeah,
played a
Ernest
concerto
Krennic.
by Ernst Krennic with an orchestra. Was his very first concerto performance, and he played Berg and all other kinds of things like that, you know. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you,
That's great.
and especially when I saw that history in there,
Yeah.
with APR, and they're going back and remember these people. I said, "Oh, this is how that stuff all got done. How it all got recorded, you know." Because that Bomberg Symphony box.
Yeah, the Bomberg. That was from the Vienna Masters.
That's interesting too, because all those people, a lot of those people came from Eastern Europe.
Yep.
And, well, they were refugees coming out of Eastern Europe at the end of the war.
Yeah, they
with
sort of.
the kind of the falling of the Nazi regime.
Yeah.
But then the Iron Curtain and the Soviets coming in, and they did not want to deal with that.
Yep.
And they all kind of ended up down in Bomberg.
Yep.
And turned out to be an extraordinary orchestra.
Oh yeah.
No,
absolutely.
With a decent hall, but not the best. But like some of the early conductors that worked with them and stuff were amazing people. And
Oh yeah.
recordings, the music making.
Yeah, yeah.
The recordings of the early times are not always the best
Quality, yeah, but still,
But-
yeah.
But when you can look past that crap
Yeah.
like we do,
Yeah.
I mean, with the
Yep.
that doesn't bother us.
Yeah.
What we're listening for is the music, right?
It's come out of it.
So there you have it. That's my thrifter stuff
Oh,
for
that's
today. I
beautiful.
got some more things, but I'm pacing myself
Yeah.
and you guys.
Folks, well, if you've enjoyed our program today, and you enjoyed our company, please go below. Once again, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you're listening to. Tell us what you're reading, what you're playing, or what's cooking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't forget about that. If you want
to
to share one of your favorite recipes, and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
We can't guarantee we'll put it up because so far, because we've been kind of sparsing out the shows a bit.
Yeah.
We've done a dish for each show. The last
so
three
far.
shows.
Oh yeah.
But that could get a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
What I promised from the beginning is maybe once a month kind of thing.
Yeah.
But because of the holidays and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
anyway, if you got one, send it in to us by
Yeah.
way of the Facebook
Comment
page, right?
on Facebook.
Or the YouTube page.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Give it a look.
come back and join us again. We got a lot more good stuff coming in real soon. I don't have a whole lot left to say, but I'm looking forward to the future of PSI.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Especially the coming year. I've been working on some stuff at home.
Oh.
I'm not going to divulge yet. I have to talk to my buddy here.
Okay.
So, anyways, folks, this is my
I'm
buddy
Marc.
is Mark. I'm
This is
Elmer.
Elmer, and here it's Heeg. Goodbye! And Dimitri came.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Elmer.
You're welcome.
And Turkey.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And we are.
Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We
We
are
are
Mark and
Elmer's
PSI Piano Scene Investigation.
Investigations. Come back again, folks.